Do you love yourself? I mean, do you really love yourself? I mean, do you love yourself to the point that if someone walks up to you right now and says the most foul, unimaginable thing to you, that you won't feel less about yourself? It won't diminish the love that you have for yourself, the respect that you have for yourself, the value that you know that you hold. This is the kind of love that we should all aspire to have. Not the superficial love, but the love that is so entrenched that nothing and no one can get between the way we feel about ourselves. Hi guys, it's your girl Nikki and welcome to my channel. Today guys, I want to talk about the importance of loving oneself. And that topic was very important to me to discuss today because I realized that a lot of persons, their actions towards others, towards themselves is really because of lack of love. And so I want to explore the reasons why we should love ourselves, ways in which we could love ourselves more, and just what it really means when we do certain things, what it really says about ourselves. If you're not yet subscribed, guys, become a part of the Nickilicious Nicky family. Just hit that subscription sign and hit that notification bell so that you can be informed when I upload a new video. Hi guys, today I really want to talk about self-love. And everybody loves themselves, we know, but there are some people who unconsciously don't realize how much they don't regard themselves, and that to me is a form of self-hate. It may not be overt, it may be something that you're not even aware of, but there are ways that we can improve our love for ourselves. And so today I wanted to focus on some of the things that show or reveal how we truly feel about ourselves, and if we're not mindful, they could destroy us. I don't claim to be an expert, guys, but I have lived a certain amount of years on this earth to know persons that I come in contact with, and I can spot them out from afar to know whether their intentions, are they sincere, are they people who are genuinely for me, and is this person really a friend in the true sense of the word? Is this person a life partner? Can I trust this person? And some of these interactions that I've had have revealed many things to me, and I've also learned a lot about myself along the way. And so guys, I wanted to share some insights that I found. One sure sign of self-love, guys, is having confidence in yourself. And confidence to the point that you don't need to envy anybody or feel jealous. You could truly be happy for them when they give you good news. Oh, I just got engaged and you're single and you have no loved one, but you can know that it's not your turn. So let me celebrate, my friend, until it's my turn. So confidence, or lack of it, is one sure sign of not loving yourself enough to believe that you're worthy of the same thing. And so I don't need to be jealous of my friend. I can be happy for her until God chooses to bless me with my life partner. Loving yourself, guys, is about embracing that you are a child of God. You're here with a purpose in this world, and you're not going to stop until you fulfill that mission, that purpose. And so they're usually self-motivated persons, and they have this zeal that they're going to achieve their goal no matter what. And so they discipline themselves. I take, for example, waking up in the morning at 5 a.m. For me, leaving my warm, cozy bed to go and exercise is something that I do for myself, and it's something that is for my health, and it's something that I know is gonna, if God allows, it allow me to live a longer, fruitful life. And so that love that I have for myself drives me to want to have the best for myself. A lot of us, including myself, are self-conscious about certain flaws that we may have as it relates to our physique, and in a way that isn't loving yourself to your fullest. I use Lizzo as an example. She is a woman of a certain size, and it's as if she's oblivious to the world standards of beauty, and in her mind she's the most beautiful thing ever, and she exudes that in the way she speaks, the way she walks, and the way she dresses. And so that is self-love, guys. Being able to embrace your flaws, loving yourself no matter what. And I'm by no means saying that she's not beautiful. She is beautiful, and her beauty exudes through her because of the way she loves herself and embraces herself. The world has no choice but to do the same, whether or not she's a typical standard of beauty or not. You have to love her because you can see how much she loves herself. Social media has made us seek validation from others by the amount of followers we have, the amount of persons who like our pictures, the amount of friends we have sometimes dictate to us that, I'm loved. But guys, that is seeking validation from an external source. And many persons, when that source disappears, or that friend disappears, or those followers disappear, they are left with themselves, an empty shell, because they never truly loved themselves. So guys, self-love is definitely not needed. It's nice to have the validation of others, but it's not needing it. It's knowing that love that you have for yourself is innate, and then that permeates outside to others. On a very important note, guys, there are many of us who sometimes think of ending it all, committing suicide, and that is definitely not self-love. If you love yourself, why would you want to deprive the world of that bright light that is you? You are enough. You are worthy. And there's nothing that should ever drive you to want to kill yourself. You are valuable. There are some people who believe that the only way that they can be loved is if they're with a boyfriend or girlfriend, even to the point that they accept mistreatment from friends, from loved ones, because they feel that that's the only way that they can have love. Guys, loving yourself is valuing yourself enough to know that nobody should ever mistreat you. And if they do, they don't need to be a part of your life. Get rid of them. They are not for you. And loving yourself is really knowing that anybody who mistreats you is not good for you. If you ever get angry enough with someone to the point that you want to destroy them because you're intimidated by them and their talents, or you just want them to just suffer, that is a sign that something isn't right with your image of your own self, because that's a way of trying to level the playing field by exacting the hurt that you feel, the pain that you feel about your past experiences, the pain that you feel about yourself. You try to inflict that pain on somebody else by trying to destroy them. So guys, we need to evaluate how much we love ourselves when we find ourselves doing things. Each of us have unique talents. God didn't make all of us the same. And so we should never envy someone else because they can sing, they can cook, they look better in your mind's eye. Everybody was made in God's image and likeness. And so guys, there's no reason to, we could admire others for their talents, for their looks, but we should also know that God also gave us different talents, different blessings, and we should embrace them rather than always seek to compare ourselves to others. Self-love is not needing to judge yourself against other persons. It's just accepting yourself for who God made you to be. People who love themselves, they accept their past, they embrace it, and learn from their mistakes. They're not gonna let it hinder them from achieving anything. If you love yourself, you've taken stock that things that happened in the past, they've happened. There's nothing you can do about it, but let's learn from it and let's see how best we can move forward. Discrimination of others is a perfect example of what it means to have self-hatred. If you love yourself, you wouldn't want to put anybody down or make them feel less than because they have a different race, a different nationality from you. Discrimination is just a way of showing that you don't love yourself, and so you bring others down so that you can feel better. Talking negatively about people, especially those persons that have never done you anything, that is an example of self-hatred to me. Self-love has little or no time to talk badly about anybody else because you're so busy loving on yourself, working on your goals, believing in yourself, knowing that you're enough. You have no time to talk negatively about people. So when you find yourself indulging in gossip and talking excessively about people in a negative way, especially those who haven't wronged us, then we need to examine ourselves. My challenge to you today is to love yourself for who you naturally are. Your hair is not too kinky. Your nose is not too crooked. You are beautifully flawed. Just the way God made you and just the way He intended you to look is exactly what you are enough, and you have to love yourself and be comfortable and be just feel so secure in your own skin. The sooner you can love yourself for who you are is the sooner someone else can love you. The sooner you can accept yourself with all your flaws is the better you're able to have relationships with your spouse, with your children, with your friends. No need for jealousy, no need for envy, no need for putting anybody down. And the sooner you love yourself, you can accept that you are who you are and not what you do. Believe me, anyone who encounters us, there's an energy that we give off, and people can discern whether you love yourself or whether you feel insecure about yourself. Why is it then that predators are able to spot persons to become their next victim? Because they are a walking billboard sign for I don't love myself and I can be treated anyway, and this person can abuse me and use me and discard me. So guys, be careful of the energy that you give off. Predators can definitely spot those persons who are self-loathing and self-deprecating. So be careful of how you talk to yourself. Be careful of what you say to yourself. Empower yourself by loving yourself, and not just on a superficial level, but for really who God made you to be, and you'll be more inclined to find what your purpose is on this. Today, guys, it should be our mission to teach our children how to love themselves. We should let them know that no matter whether they fail or they succeed, that we love them for exactly who they are. They're going to encounter bullies. They're going to encounter those persons who make them feel less than. But they should know from a young, tender age that they are enough, and we have to teach them that. Joshua, remember that mommy loves you no matter what. Remember that whether you win or lose, succeed or fail, your mommy is always there for you. If somebody's your friend, they will not take your things away from you. If our children should fall down, then we should be right there to pick them right up and let them know that there is no shame in falling down. The shame is if they stay down. Self-love, guys, is also taking time to nurture yourself, to pamper yourself, to exercise, to discipline yourself enough to go after your goals. Self-love is to be determined to achieve no matter what, because you know that your purpose on this earth is to leave a mark on this earth. And so persons who love themselves, they don't want to kill themselves. They don't want to end it all. They want to continue and leave a legacy for themselves and their children. This channel is about beauty, motivation, self-improvement. And guys, one thing I want you to know about beauty is that it's not just skin deep. beauty starts from within. Your love for yourself is what radiates outside of you and makes you look even more beautiful on the outside. So today, guys, I want to leave you with 10 tips on how we can love ourselves more. Tip number 1 is being happy in your own skin. Tip number 2 is to truly be happy for other people. Tip number 3, know your value. Know your value in this world, and don't let anybody tell you differently about yourself. Once you know your value, then there's nothing that anybody can tell you. When you value yourself, you know that you matter and you will be missed. Tip number 4, take time to pamper yourself. Love on yourself, exercise, eat right, take care of your skin, sleep, get enough rest, be kind to yourself. This is one way towards achieving self. Take time to expand your mind. Tip number 5, believe in yourself and your abilities, and know that if you put your mind to it, you can achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. Tip number 6 is knowing when to say no. Sometimes when we say no to others, we are putting ourselves first, and rightly so. And know sometimes when to say yes, to embrace possibilities, to embrace new experiences that can take us to a higher level. Don't be afraid to climb higher. Know that you can be all that you're meant to. Tip number 7, get to love yourself more so that you can really experience true love with others, your spouse, your kids, your friends, and love that is pure, love that is not envious and jealous and trying to be destructive to others, but a kind of love that just is all encompassing and is easy. Tip number 8, make self-care a priority. We put others in front of ourselves a lot of times, our kids and our chores, our responsibilities, but make self-care a priority and you'll be one step closer to loving yours. Tip number 9, be disciplined enough to go after your goals. Don't give up at the first sign of trouble. Keep on persevering, keep on going, because you matter and you have to achieve those goals. And so you cannot just give up and throw in the towel on yourself, because if you give up on yourself, then why should others believe in you more than you believe in yourself? Tip number 10, never accept mistreatment from anyone. Sometimes we succumb to the will of others with a misguided belief that by doing so they will love us more and they would cater to us. But no, they only take us for granted when we do that. So guys, if you have a friend who only knows you or only wants to be around you for what they can get from you, and you stand up for yourself and they don't come around anymore, that friend was not a friend to begin with, and you don't even need them in your life. So don't accept mistreatment from anyone. That is the greatest form of self-love, and that means separating and get rid of people who are not. Bonus tip, accept yourself for all your flaws. Yes, you can work on becoming a better you, but until such time, accept yourself for who you are, because when you accept yourself, you can truly be happy for others. You can truly be at peace in the world. A lot of persons search for riches and they get it and they wonder why they're still unhappy, because they don't love themselves. Once you love yourself, you can be at peace.